Okay, good, that's working. Alright. Flip on audio, there you go. Work first try, please. Thank you. There we go. Oh, I forgot just how silly this map is. Jesus, right. Yay, okay. Now to get to work. Starting point, starting point, starting point. If I want to use this, I have to be very careful because the guns on this thing actually work. Yeah, these things. Actually, just destroy everything around the Blade Corvette. Alright. Might not use it. So for a start point, I'm probably going to use this and modify it a fair amount. So I'm going to get started on that. So I want this to be an entryway, so I'm going to get rid of this bunker real quick. Like so. And this way they can get in and out here. I'm going to put the helipads in here. I'm going to probably turn this into a motor pool. So have this be where the vehicles are and they can drive their warhogs and stuff out here. So I'm going to put a bar gate there. People like bar gates. Bar gates are fun. Now I'm going to have it on the inside because that's how it would go. this way around, so this is on this side, so they can actually get through the gap. You have to test that in-game to make sure you can actually drive through that, but you should be able to. Motor pool in there, helipad over here. I'll be using Falcons, so we'll probably want 4 helipads. Like so. Here we go. Falcon. Let's check. The unarmed one has legitimately no weaponry. Whereas this one has no side-mounted weaponry as well. I'm going to go the unarmed variant because I don't want these being used as... Oh, do I actually? Do I want these to be used as fire support? Oh, I'll give the pilot something better to do, so probably. Here we go. Alright, so that's their air support. I'm going to quickly put a quick vehicle respawn on these. Give it a solid 30-second delay. No tickets, yada 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 yada. What do I want this to be? This will probably be their barracks area where they spawn in. This will be the motor pool. This will be like the armory. They spawn over here, like spawn and briefing over here. They run over here to the armory, to the motor pool, and to the helicopters. So, now I've got all that set up. Flag. HQ. Blue 4. And because I want them to actually play properly, respawn custom position, a spectator. I'm not going to turn on custom position because I don't intend on having multiple respawn positions, and it breaks a spectator, and give them 35 tickets. Tasks, shared objectives, enable task propagation. Let's see what else. And the reason I have at least 5 seconds there is otherwise it breaks things. If you have a 0-second respawn delay, it means that for some reason a save loadout just doesn't work. I don't understand why, but it just doesn't. And since I only have one position, I don't need to do select custom respawn position because it breaks spectator. And mission fail when everyone's dead. I won't turn that on because I intend this to be Zeus rather than run on its own, although I'm going to have this set up to run on its own. And subtract tickets upon respawn, and Okay. And now I'm gonna be doing stuff you can't see because I'm gonna copy a script over. So they spawn in on starting position. If you don't know the script, go watch Rumi's video on mission making. Like, seriously, that video is a godsend for scripts in particular. Let's see. Scripts. That one. Control C. Documents. Other profile. That one. That one. There we go. And of that, they should respawn directly where they spawn. Speaking of, let's get the composition down. So, blue 4. This is going to need to be compacted in a bit. Actually, I'll put this a distance away, and then actually move them over there when I'm done. Because these positions are where they're going to be spawning, and I want to actually do the loadouts before I actually do anything else. And make sure the Zeus is good. So, time for Zeus stuff. First of all, I need my cooperative Zeus slot because certified only. This is Z2. This is Zeus 1. Cool. One for each of these, one for my personal Steam ID, and then one for each of the admin roles. And I can always do this. You're meant to go that one, then paste this 4 times. There we go. Because then I don't have to do that for every single one. So this one's owned by Z1, owned by Z2. This one's owned by admin logged. That's capitalized. Admin voted. And I'm going to force that over to that one while I do my Steam ID. There we go. Spamming the save button as always, go me. Time for just generalized loadouts because I'm lazy. I'm going to do my way of doing it. So, let's see, this is a tropical fits, let's see. It's the right kind of camo, so it will work. So, standard loadout, this guy has the correct stuff, yep. For rifleman, Control Shift C. Which one was it then? That's Control Shift C, Control Shift A. Rifleman. I'll just do Rifleman for now. The other ones I'll sort out later. Rifleman. That's an armor bearer, but he uses the same loadout in my books. Team lead, system team lead, cool, and that one. Alright, you know what? All these are going to get generic loadout for now. I'll fix that later. So, where's that one? There. Control Shift A. At this point, I probably want to go to settings, add-on, import, no, load, main, load. Check Ace respawn. Yep, Ace medical. Yep. Now I need to do the rifleman for the other teams, so... Jesus, I keep forgetting how many just rolls there are. There we go. Shift A. I'll put a better one in that later. team of medics, right. And Phoenix, oh Phoenix, auto rifleman, auto rifleman. Yep. Tell you what. Auto rifleman, auto rifleman. Cool. I'll do the same for the auto rifleman in Alpha, because everyone needs auto rifleman. There we go. There we go. So that gets the generalized loadouts done, and the auto riflemen get their fancy guns. Special weapon operators and such I will handle later, because I cannot be asked. They will be done through loadouts, not through... They'll be done through arsenal loadouts rather than through this, because people have preference. Team leads. How convenient. I need to change your backpack. Tifa, Tifa, Tifa. I always use one of these usually. Sadly, I do not run the extra mod to add in all the fancy backpacks we normally use, and these ones get the job done and fit the camo about. And this has to go at the angle this so I don't catch this marker up here, otherwise it'll select the entire team. So Alpha, yeah, has 2 team lead slots technically. There we go. Same loadout is used for squad leads. That's Rifleman. Sergeant. That's not how you spell sergeant, but whatever. Squad lead, squad sergeant, and squad corporal. Back over here. That's a marksman slot. Just controlled C to go back into existence somewhere. Probably I just undid the change. Nope. Never mind. And then team lead, yep. All these team leads. These loadouts will end up being fixed later, but for now, these are the generalized stuff I need to do for testing. And also, where is it? Officer, Control Shift C, Control Shift A. There we go. And make sure they get long ranges. Put the Zeus slot. There we go. Okay. So, there's only one type of medic in this. There isn't a combat lifesaver, I don't believe. Nope. So, Corpsman and medic are all going to look the same. I'm going to make those changes later. Glorious. I missed those guys. Interesting. Spotter and JTAC. Yep, you get a rifleman. Make sure I delete all the free floating entities around the place. And that's generalized loadouts. I'll fix the rest up later. Okay. Now, so I'm going to be starting here. I want a whole bunch of objectives all over the place, and from what people have suggested, they want to do a whole bunch of Falcon flying over rivers, like at this level. So I'm going to add a whole bunch of patrol stuff up and down the river. So they're going to be doing patrols up and down the river with a whole bunch of triggers to set things off. Interesting. This seems like an awful place to put a village, but okay then. Yeah, there's just straight up no land access. Yep. Interesting. Seems legit. Alright, so which way do I want them to go? I probably want them to go this way. That gets awfully close to the edge of the map, and I don't like having people's immersion ruined by seeing this. So, maybe the other way. Yep, that spirals in. Going in. Flying about this level. What's some areas of interest? That would be an area of interest, so I'll throw a marker down there. To maybe put something in there later. Flying, 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 flying. They come to this point and they see something there. Maybe. So they're flying along. Eh. Maybe in here, so they actually have to look back the way they're coming. So put something in there. Maybe like a boat coming down here, so... Just ideas. I won't end up using most of these. This would be interesting. Like, there's enough space here to touch a falcon down and do a quick building clear. So, that could be a another point of interest. And that could have some interesting dynamics if there's like infantry and like over here and over there. They'd have to be taking both out simultaneously, so. Maybe an interesting combat potential there. Flying along, flying along. Sharp bins like this are great opportunities to do funky things. Because blind corners, like they come swooping around here. Oh god, a tank. Probably not a tank, but something. So I might put something in here. Something in here. Well, specifically, a thing in here pointing out this way. But I have to remember some people are going to be like flying up here and just ruin that kind of thing. So. Flying along, flying along, flying along. Once again, opportunity that they can fly along and have to look back to see something like right there. They're flying along and they see like maybe a small like camp in here. And choose the best one out of these that I could then push inland as they continue onward. Don't want the entire thing around the river after all. Get very boring for the infantry when they're getting logged around for half the entire op. Okay. Now here's some interesting things. Stream gets awfully close on this side. Anything I can do with this? They're like flying along here. Maybe they're flying high enough, but you had to be actually flying quite high to actually see that stream. From down here, it's not noticeable as you're flying along. Do you get actually over here? It's an idea. Could come back to it. Just make a great ambush site. Like, you got a few lads up in here that poke over this hill and engage something down here. That'd be a great ambush site. Very situational. They'd have to come from this direction. They couldn't have any air support or they'll be seen because there's no foliage cover. Yeah, probably not worth it. Everybody's playing Arma 3 right now, like, my god. Now, the river splits here. That heads towards a town. Alright, let's have a look what I've got so far, because I'm starting to get to the point where it's starting to get a bit far for just the first part of this. So, let's go back and look for part 1 to all this. This is too close to the base, it's basically within line of sight. They turn the corner and see the thing is too close. Same goes for this one. And it's a bit too far open. Not really useful. Nice big town over here. There's a fair bit you can do with towns like this. They're always interesting to try and clear out if they've been taken over. What's that? That's 3 people on Arma 3 already. Okay. Still think this is probably our best bet for the first combat encounter.
Connection lost.
Yep, there you go. Seems big. Let's have a look, see. Alright, and now insurrectionists. Insurgents. Terrorists. Let's have a look, see. You are not very helpful for a center rifleman. Let's have a look at the actual rifleman one. What they give him. Militia, not patrol. Group. So they get a battle rifle. They get a 40 mic. Yikes. This guy's like too well off though. I might get rid of him. Machine gun. Yikes. And an assault rifle. And make custom compositions. So, got a hunter, who is a guy with a BR. Reasonable enough. Got your mad lad running around with a shotgun. He's probably got explosive in his backpack, I'm gonna guess. Let me have a look. Knowing how the devs like to make these things. Yep, demolition charge. So that's a no. I don't like having AI with explosives running around because sometimes they place them and then things get wacky. Gorilla with an MA5. It's Halo, you need an assault rifle or 2 floating about, otherwise it's not Halo. Ah, here's a lad of a shotgun I can use. Let me guess, the assassin has a sniper. Yep. Maybe a boss. And Warlord is probably, yep, he's just the officer standing. And AT, they're probably going to have like maybe 2 of these guys flying about. They've got an SMG and a rocket launcher. Cool. I'm probably just going to have... There's TeamSpeak fixing itself. Probably going to have 2 guys with them with just assault rifles, a guy with a BR leading them, and a guy with a shotgun as the mad lad in the back. Yeah, it's going to be the general composition. Make sure I set these to actually be proper compositions. Move them to the side. And I'm going to initialize, stop this. That prevents them from moving on spawn, because basic command for that is blocked in multiplayer, unless you script it to do it. And that means when they get engaged, they'll actually move around, but until then they'll stay still, wherever I place them. So, we want a bit of a crossfire here as they come down the river. So they'll be engaged by here first. So they think, oh, we'll touch down here and engage them, and then they get engaged from across the river, catching them in the open. So if they don't approach us smart, they'll get gunned down. I might switch to unarmed falcons because they'll just tear this encounter apart. It's the Apache problem all over again. So I'm going to have shotgun guy's going to be downstairs watching the door, keeping an eye out for his friendos. The guy at the BR is going to be like up top, actually providing covering fire. Okay, there you go. Nice and crouched, keeping an eye open. One of these lads is going to be like out front watching around. Another guy's going to be up on the roof helping his buddy in case anything goes wrong. And keeping each other company. Alright, then to keep it a bit interesting, I might add another M5 down. Make sure they're part of the group so they get the do-stop. Another guy like out over here. Make this make sense. So these like, two guys are talking along with the guys up here. The guy inside's like talking out the window to these guys. He'll be like out here, but he's facing the wrong direction. They'll stop once combat starts, but sometimes he can make a difference. Now to this one. Once again, taking that composition, throwing it down here. So our battle rifle guy is going to be like watching down the river. And our shotgun guy going to be stood just on the inside of the compound. On this side. Taking a nice crouch position. By like over these bushes, give himself some cover. Some M5, one watching the door. And another one just in the front door. There's the stairs, I'm going to guess, no, stairs around back actually, so they're going to be watching the stairwell. And the back door, so they'll be back here looking this way. They're going to have needed some way of getting out here, so they're going to have a boat, so I'm going to use a good old standard civilian boats. Give me a nice little boat. They've probably like spiced up their boat a bit, so maybe just say too bright. Yeah, sure, on a salt boat. Nice little rib. Held up on the shore. Have it tucked away so it's not going to get in the way of the Falcon if it wants to touch down here. Now we have to figure out what they're actually here for. So, we have a nice little small scale encounter. This is probably going to be like a washover if the unit comes like at full force through here, so I probably want to split the unit up into like maybe 3 different groups. That way they don't just sweep through this encounter. Because otherwise they come in here with like all 4 Falcons come swooping around here and just like burst. If I wanted to extend this out to be a full unit thing, this compound is not enough. Alright. I'm actually going to save up this composition so I can bring it in later. There we go. Now they're right here when I need them. Order of operations, 1 maybe 2 Falcons come swooping around here. They get lit up from over here. They think, oh god, we're under attack, and one might swoop off over here, gets behind some foliage and touch down over here. Another they might also swing out here. The first landing zone they come across is over here, and they push in. Or they might go the Hail Mary and touch down either here or here. Both cases getting engaged in a crossfire from their end here. Well, if they touch down here actually, there's one person who can engage them, maybe two if this guy stands up. Still a crossfire. So landing here, probably not a good idea. Landing here, definitely not a good idea, because you've got this entire group and this entire group lighting you up. Landing over here, there's no valid spot until over here. And then they have to cross the river, which is suicide. For lack of a better word. We also had to deal with the fact that this is going to be emulating kind of like Vietnam and Halo, so we had to have a bit of ambiguity between civilians and hostiles. Very guerrilla warfare. So I'm going to put a few civilians in the mix. Civilians, men. Not many, because otherwise it's going to kill the server from NPC load. So I have like an NPC minding his own business in here. Have a nice, a lad having a nice view around. It's like a guy up here. And the civilian's gonna have like a freak out once the shooting starts, so that'll be fun. Another civilian like over here selling food. Maybe like a car they use to get around. Use like the actual Halo assets here. Of course they have that. It's like this guy maybe has a car. He's got like parked up over here. Had to figure out why these civilians are so happy with the innies being here. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're actually hostages. In which case, I'll make them hostages. So make hostage. Like these are the guys who weren't willing to join the cause and thusly punished. So make hostage. Make hostage. Make hostage. This means they also can't indiscriminately fire into this area, because there are civilians in the mix. Considering how out of the way this place is, probably not going to have a car, they're probably going to have a hog. Civilian hog, specifically. All its glory. Another guy actually over here. It's like mark civilians being taken hostage. Another one over here. with that, I'm probably also going to have another, like, team in here. So, we're tasked specifically with watching these guys. So you're going to have, like, a guy over here watching this lad. I'll put him back here so he's got a bit of cover. Bad lad with a shotgun up here. A guy battle rifle all the way up here. Also provide some covering fire when the battle starts. Let's see, where else? Maybe another guy like back here. So there's maybe like a bit of a danger of shooting the civilian if they're a bit non-careful. And once combat starts, I'll actually like spread out, regroup on this guy up here. He's gonna go into like a crouch position when I sit down. So yeah, this is going to be a first step. Let's see. So, why have they taken this area over? Let's see. It's on a river, so therefore maybe it's their way of bringing supplies inland. It's the closest part, it's the closest like settlement to where they need things set up. They've just taken this area over, like in the last night. Like UNSC were setting up the previous day, and well, they were a bit lax. They swooped in and took this place over. That's why the civilians are still here and haven't been shipped out. So, where would this be the closest to? So if they're on the river and they have to get stuff along, they probably bring in civilian transports from the north. That's all their stuff comes from the north. So they have to come in here all in civilian boats, come past the HQ here. Too much of a risk, probably. Let's say they come from the south then. So they're coming in from the south. Well, they're coming up from the north, but over here, from this river. So they're coming along. They come all the way up here, and this is where they choose to set up their supply point. So, where would their base be for this to be their supply point? That's too big of an urban area, it's on a road and everything. It's probably going to be a camp out in the middle of nowhere. They chose this area because there's already existing buildings that they convert and bring their people into to take over. Then they can easily ship stuff in here, down to a main road where they can get stuff loaded into some vehicles, which they've taken the settlement over, perhaps. And then start shipping them over here, where I'll put their camp. So keep it under foliage, so it's not spottable from the air, so maybe in here. So, gorilla, camps, ant. Not exactly what I'm going for. Bear. A bit better, but it'll also be a bit more of a difficult encounter for the unit. I can't make this too small scale, because otherwise it's just not going to work. They'll just steamroll it. Because we've got at most about 30 people attacking the objective at once. So we've got to spread out the objective a little bit. This will probably work quite well. They've gone to building like a makeshift like building for themselves. Still under construction though, it's quite new. Alright, let's put another... This will be like 3 of their teams, I'd say. Just in this one building. So like we've got a good guy on ground floor looking out. Guy with a shotgun keeping watch out the front door. Couple of M5s about the place. This guy's like out here having to keep an eye out. Shouldn't be a car there. I'm gonna have to get rid of like a ton of props because otherwise the FPS is going to die. So many of these bloody props around the place. This guy can't see diddly squat from that position. Ah, for the love of piss. Get down. There's like a burning barrel, so he's like over here, like keeping warm. Dang, Cobstone's back there. Next group is going to be... maybe there's like a guy up on the scaffolding keeping an eye out. Like the guy who clearly doesn't suffer from vertigo. Another shotgun guy keeping like... trying to keep himself warm as well. Because I'm probably going to make this like a night mission. Makes it a bit more interesting. Put an M5 on the stairwell. But have him like be take-outable from out here, so they can clear like this rise up the stairwell quite easily. Because like he's like over here, looking like in this general direction. He'll, in case they approach from the opposite direction to where the entrance is, we'll have a guy like watching out these windows. For the last team, guy like looking out here. Last shotgunner. Have him over here. I'm like in here, like looking out over here. So they come like charging in here, they're going to get like a shotgun to the face if they're not careful, but they have plenty of room, like if they're all the way out here, they can see him through that gap and take him down. This guy like out here looking towards his mates, keeping conversation going. This guy's like out on the outer balcony keeping an eye out. So, I probably want to set up a little bit of intel over here that can lead them back here. So, I'm probably going to pull up Photoshop later and like draw out like a map of like a hand drawn map of like a river, then like circling here, then like a road where it forks and then goes along, starts to turn down, and then go in and you find the place. So I do a bit of detective work to find it. In that case, I'm going to nab a screenshot so I can go over that later. Yeah. Here, this is where they're taking the supplies. Let's put supplies down. Show that these guys have been an active threat for a while, so make this battle a bit more interesting. Maybe they have a MG hog. There we go. But no driver or passenger, just a regular old MG hog. Set this boy to be in a safe mode, because otherwise he'll shoot people much further away than he should. Have like the car parked up over here. It's like they come from the road. At the drive-in, there's like a nice little like barrier of foliage to prevent them from being seen. So you have to like drive out, around and in. We're going to clear out a path for their vehicles to come in quite easily. Environment. Hide. So I've like got like a like an animal path almost. And I like to put these on their own separate things so I don't have to deal with the massive black pillars in the sky. So they can come driving in here. Probably going to quickly extend that out a bit. Have it run all the way like down here. So have a clean shot into the base. Like so. So they come along the road, they turn off, they come through here, swing in here, go down through here. So have a nice MG hog in here. Have them a nice little turret as well. Yes, they have a point gun. Yes, clearly. Sure, maybe just another machine gun. Up near where the fire is so we can stay warm. This will be like priority target number 1, and since how little armor's on these things, probably not going to be hard. And I'm also going to make it night. Like early dusk. Oh, early night. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to make it a bit overcast. Going to quickly manual override rain and lightning so I don't get that happening. Fair bit of overcast. And rain is going to be quite severe. And then I'll pull in some fog. So with the forecast, pull that out at 8 hours so I don't have to worry about it. That's just going to be wrong. There we go. Now, this is what Eden night vision sees. Oh boy, it's going to be dark in the actual night vision. Might want to brighten things back up a bit. Pull the overcast out. Keep it at a point where rain can actually happen. If overcast is low enough, they'll be able to see just fine. If it's too high, they won't be able to see it all. So I think there's about the sweet spot, honestly. Get a nice bit of rain going. A nice light layer of fog going. Nice longish decay. I think I'll leave that normal though. Base I don't want to touch because it's the easiest way to break things. Lightning, like the tiniest amount of lightning every so often. Wind, haha. No, tiny gusts just to throw snipers for a loop, and a tiny bit of wind. And throw it on a weird angle. Waves are going to be a tiny bit higher. There we go. There we go. I'm going to quickly see how this looks actually in-game. Gonna have to fix that in a minute. And we'll do this as regular rifleman because that is what everyone's night vision is going to be stuff of, and the officer has weird loadouts half the time. Not sure about Optree, but for other things they don't get night vision for whatever reason. Let's see. And hopefully they have night vision, because otherwise I'm going to have to fix that. They should, they have the neural implant, I think.
Channel switched.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, this looks great. This isn't going to give people migraines. Probably a bit dark. But can I? Nope. Nice pitter-patter refrain, set the mood going. Doop doop doop. Gives us a nice effective rain. Let's see, what is it like to fly these falcons in this kind of condition? Something I need to check before I continue on. That light is not doing a whole lot in this thing. This around here should be the, yeah, there's the Arma. Like, flying along here, they've been keeping their eyes open. Let me guess, these guys don't have night vision, so they actually can't see. Nope, there they go. Yep. Lights. Just down there, just light things up. Yep, go. Brief walk up. That's probably why I don't want the Falcons to have their guns in this. Regardless. Let's check how this place looks. There's a nice little fire there. Let's see. Yep, these guys don't have night vision, so they can see diddly squat. Yep. No night vision, this is what they can see. I'm going to have to get that changed, so night option, sadly, not
Channel
an option.
switched.
Well, that kind of night op anyway. Pure pitch black. So maybe pulling in back to dusk, when we don't need night vision, but it's still nice and moody. Good work, maybe a tiny bit darker. At that point the AI can't see. Alright, so maybe just pull overcast out a bit. Blowing out the lighting, bring in that fog, and let's pull the rain up to much higher levels. It's a bit stormy out, you could say. And above the cloud layer, it looks gorgeous. So, props to any pilots actually fly this high. It's silly high. The only problem is this map has a lot of assets, so it's probably going to get laggy from just prop, because I'm getting lag just flying around. Yeah. So it might get a tiny bit laggy if I put too much stuff down. So to avoid that. Do it. I'm just going to quickly put an actual hog back here, so they actually can move around. Interesting. Interesting. So maybe they have like a nice mule in here. Sure, this is where like they've been transporting things in and out of. So, warhawk here that they use to protect it. Wouldn't have a passenger in all this. But I have to keep the driver in it so I can actually drive out and intercept things. The other thing I have to remember, I think when I Zeus RC something, it releases it from do stop, so I have to be careful of that. So flow of things for this little group. They come along here, they get engaged by this group. You can now actually see. So they engage by this group when they're about, I know it's like here-ish, so like in direct line of sight because the foliage is weird. So getting engaged by these groups, they'll probably pull off. They'll probably be fine. Maybe a couple guys in the back might get hit, but the pilot probably uninjured. I'm going to quickly switch to the unarmed Falcon. It's too big for Pelicans, like completely too big. So these will have to do. And these are linking to the wrong things now. Cool. There we go. Actually select the right things. Right click, connect, sync to that. There we go. Now they respawn. Now, hopefully for the love of God they don't end up putting stuff to spawn within other spawns, because otherwise they will go to the stratosphere. But that'll be their problem if it happens. I'll have to warn them about that. Have mission start. So these guys would have come in on a vehicle, let's say an unarmed Warthog, that they've got like parked up. Where's the place they can park up this thing? Let's say here. They came driving in, freaking cleared out of here. These guys are actively trying to go against the UNSC, who have, we'll say, just touched down here, will make the law. So they've just touched down and set up a base here, and these Indies are trying to push them off. So, they're bringing in supplies, they've taken over this area, and if they see any UNSC coming down here, they're happy trigger. They're like, very, trigger thing, words. Very happy on the trigger. That's why they engage. They want some revenge. Supplies. Arbitrary ammo. UNSC. Nope. They're not taking UNSC supplies yet. We'll see. Taking any stuff, so... Ammo. What's in this boy? Some magazines and some grenades. Cool. I have this like old hole inside and undercover. And God help the players if they blow these up, because they will go off like bombs. I'm just gonna put them like back here in like a storeroom. Ground, interesting. Well then. That is not for this kind of base. CQB maybe? Yeah, that works. We've got two like little supply boxes here, they keep all their gear in. We probably have like a little training yard or something out the back. Let's see. Ah yes, propaganda. I'm finding it easy, you have to use these. It is a rule. There you go. Oh, that one. That one I can probably stick on something if it was big enough. I'm gonna stick a few of those back at base, kind of settle in. The fact that they just took this back over from the innies, and they weren't happy. Interesting. He's a mass. Yep. Let's have a look at these. Maybe I could use something of these. Oh, where's the UNSC parcel thing? I actually put one of these out in the river. Nice and interesting. That's how they got down to the planet. And they can be used, but good luck landing the Pelican anywhere. Now, what do I actually want to do for this mission? Because I've just been throwing stuff at the wall and hoping it sticks, and so far I'm not getting anything cohesive. So, let's go through this. So, we'll get rid of these markers. They're not needed anymore. Where do I want this to go? So they're going to start up here, they're going to get their stuff together, and they're going to move out. Where do I want them? I want them to split up because I want to do a whole bunch of smaller things. So I want 2 main objectives that link back up at the very end. So, what do I want the end point to be? I want it to be I don't want anything too complicated because I've done enough complicated stuff, my head hurts from doing it too much. Let's see. Probably big old town assault works. Let's figure out why they want a big... So, big town assault. Why do they want to attack the town? They want to attack the town because there is... The leader of this resistance cell is about to get aboard a Pelican and fly away, and they have no way of stopping it because they do not have any armed aircraft in the area. So, I want to keep it in like this section of the map because otherwise it gets too big. So, that means the Innies have set up a big old base here at least. Build with the terrain, not against it. Have this tree actually be part of the place. And remove these barrels. Here we go. They have a nice little like base in here. That is going to drive me insane if I do not fix that. Once again, Arma 3 with the excessive use of props. This is a water tank, why is it over there? Why is it not actually by the place it's going to be used? So it should be like back here. And that means I'm going to put the landing pad like in here. Pull that out. So, now next reason. Why aren't they coming here first? They can't come here first and just do the objective straight away because... They've got a big obvious Innie base. Why can't they go attack the obvious Innie base? Maybe because there is something... There's obviously something preventing it because the UNSC would just charge in. Maybe they have hostages. Yes, maybe they just have hostages. They're using good old hostage tactics against the UNSC. Because that's worked. In this case, maybe it does. So they've got hostages. So the UNSC can't attack this because otherwise they'll kill hostages in a different site. Therefore, the players have to go out and take care of the hostage situation before the UNSC will greenlight the attack. Pretty standard any tactic. Nothing too complicated going on there. That'll do. Tell you what, because that's 2 objects, I'll just replace that with good old 3 block and just have a clip slightly. Deal with it. I think that's a bit much. Oh, so that's UNSC, not any. Yeah, it works. It's gonna probably block the way for any kind of like ground vehicles though, so tuck that in as tight as she goes. I'm probably gonna pull that out a tiny bit further. If I pull that to there, then they can actually get vehicles in and out of there. So this has to be about there-ish. There we go. Nice, interesting base structure, so they have a thing to clear out. They can easily just jump over these and clear out half the base in one go. Hey, cool guy. I'm on TS if you have access to my room if you want to chat, but I'm going to be working on this mainly. Nice bar gate there. And nice bar gate there. Ah, have fun with that. That's the headache and a half to deal with. Yeah, I won't do bar gates. This is like final objective, so it's an obvious any base. It's going to be marked on the map, but they can't do anything about it. So this is going to be not full marker. Okay. And I'll fill this out with innies and stuff later. So, going back to our first encounter. So, they have a hostage situation who are being stored on a remote site. So this will be one of their stored hostage sites, where they've got a whole bunch of civvies. Or, tell you what, because UNSC usually don't care about civilians for reasons, maybe they have officer. Maybe they have an officer. They have UNSC officer who's being caught and is being held hostage right here. There we go. He's all tied up. Nice little camera crew, maybe. Kind of like a haha, we got you guy kind of thing. Propaganda. And then a couple guys stored downstairs of the UNSC's men. guys are like stored downstairs. This guy's like actively like guarding them. And that still keeps the sightline thing that I was trying to go for earlier going. So they have hostages that are UNSC. This is probably the people who UNSC actually care about, mainly the officer. What else? So that's one site. This one probably doesn't make sense at this point, apart from maybe the civilians being held up here. Sure, maybe this is where the patrol was. They were sent to try and like see what the disturbance was and got taken out. So this is their last known position. Put it as unknown, actually. There you go. So that's the patrol's last known position. And that'll give them the map that leads them back over to here where they actually are. These guys are just basically scattered out here, keeping an eye on these civilians, acting as another hostage situation. Hostages are going to be the theme of the day. So that's one of the locations, and we'll probably put another one down. This way they actually have to do this coordinated, otherwise the other group gets taken down. So, while you got part of the unit over here taking care of this group, we're going to have another group split off somewhere else. That makes sense for the small scale. So, well, the patrol went missing over here and got captured and brought over here. We might actually have a dead member of the patrol in here. Their radio operator, he was the first one to go down. He got gunned down over here. Yeah, he got shot and killed. Let's see, his advantage damage on here. Got shot in the head. Yeah, when they actually look at him, they can see his face is all bloodied up and such. And when they go into his medical manual, it will show that he was shot in the head. I'm gonna put their orders like in here. Or actually like up here. This guy's like taking like this area for himself where like the bed is. Like a table. Where's the nice wooden table? Here it is. I'll use a small one. Then we can get a nice little computer. Things. Electronic. Where's a nice little single screen computer thing? The rugged ones make more sense for this. And for power, they have like a nice little like rugged solar panel setup. Oh yeah, I'm probably really quiet. I'm talking quiet. So this is going to have the piece of intel on it when I set that up, because I can do the texture. Am I? According to the stream, I'm hitting the yellow, so it should be fine on audio, unless you got the stream turned down. Alright. I just bumped myself up then. There we go. There we go. Bit louder now. Now, where's my script? And this should allow them to walk up and interact and get a little like full screen preview. And then I'll turn this to this. There we go. So this puts like a white background with like some pink text or something. Cool. Check that this doesn't just fall through the table, because Arma has a thing where it just doesn't abide by the laws of tables have mass or surface. So in-game, yep, there's a thing down there, the patrol alternate location, they would have to run all the way up here to find the thing. Yep.
Channel switched.
Fun. I'm probably going to go for another like 5-10 minutes once I get this set up. And I'm probably going to call it. It's like 12:30 at night. I've got to get up for the op tomorrow. Let's just check this works, and it'll be the last thing I do. I think we made the whole thing pink, Chief.
User joined your channel.
uh, whoops. That's gonna be a pain in the ass to fix. I think what's happened there is it's using the texture from in here and then placing it onto the laptop. No, it's this texture in here that's defined by the script, and it's just extrapolating it onto the actual texture for the tablet. Oh, Arma never change. I'm gonna actually have to hard code the texture into that then. Yep, this all works. Let's see. Is this gonna cause buggy? Yeah, I might get rid of that. And look at that. Do stop turning off. Thank God for buffer. Anyway. Be gone, pinkness.
User left your channel.
Yeah, I could do that. That makes more sense.
Channel switched.
Tell you what I am gonna do though to try and fix that problem. Something I've done in the past when I was lazy. Just put a laptop here, go into it, grab that, get rid of the laptop, go into here, go into texture, place that in there, voila. Go in here, and you are not going to display that, you're going to display that. Let's try that. Disable, serious, go. Hey, thanks for the follow.
Channel switched.
And another one. Thanks, you cool guy. Thank you, cool guy. Let's check that that's no longer pink. Yeah, it is just taking the texture and extrapolating all over it. I might not use the tablet if that's broken. I think I know what it's doing, because that's how the thing works, the leaflet. It is somehow worse, but if I go into it, yeah, it's actually doing the correct thing now, where it's actually displaying the texture. I might just use the laptop, it's honestly easier. And I'd just be able to run up to this and have to take a screenshot or something. Intel pieces are annoying. But yes.
Channel switched.
I'm gonna quickly check if it is that's causing the problem. Also, you get on the roof. Yeah, you can. It just takes so much scripting, it's just honestly not worth it for a one-off mission. So that won't have the leaflet interact anymore. There is another way to do it that doesn't have that problem. But honestly, this will just work for now. Does it? Oh, yeah, that, right. Yeah, the slideshow. Yes. Yes. It's not worth it. Trust me. Let's see. Hold on, let me go grab an image real quick and throw it into there. stand-in image for what I'm going to have to put in eventually. Let's see. There we go. We'll load in here. I might have to load into the... I will. I have to always check. I should be able to use PNGs. OBS is having a fit every time I do this. Cannot load text. Yeah, it's PNG. Can't do that. Okay, if you can't load a PNG, I'm going to change that to a JPEG. I'm just going to actually just grab a JPEG. It'll be easier that way. I could do it in PAA, and that'll definitely work, but I know for a fact that at least one of the common archetypes works as well, which is what I use. Because .PAA is annoying to work with in Photoshop. Like, I have to... Every time I want to make a change, I have to turn it back into something I can edit. Or at least re-export it if I keep the original, which I normally don't. Sure, this. Hey! Oh. Curse you, Arma. Yeah, there we go. JPEGs work. Cool. And I can just run up to this and like zoom in on it. Let them see what it is. I'm going to dig up the script that I used to use, because that worked much better than this. Let's have a look-see. Oh yeah, here it was.
The video is kind of
Ow. Shush. Edit line. Here we go. Here we go. So now I've got that one working. I'm going to make a duplicate. Control C. Control V over there so it doesn't go to the stratosphere. There we go. Let's use the code on this one instead. And hopefully that shouldn't just cover it in the meme. We shall see. Yeah. Nah, do stop is having a fit right now because I've put it on something wrong. We're probably not having fun because I put it on the Warthog and it doesn't work on the Warthog.
Channel switched.
You have to have a look at that. That command also didn't have a fun time, so I'm assuming something broke with these. Let's see. Is this meme material? No! It's just made the laptop stop existing. The meme's power cannot be contained. God damn it. Alright, I can't use that script. Oh well. Arma!
Channel switched.
Be gone. Alright, this is just gonna have to do. I'm gonna actually put something in there properly at some point, so I'm gonna quickly go into this. Intel1.jpg. Yes, of course it's not found. I haven't made it yet. But yeah, if I wanted to make a flat image, I could go like, where is it? I think it might be under things. So it's like under signs or something like that. Signs, blanks. Yeah, use a texture. Haha! I have made the meme. Again. But yeah, if you don't know that, like, you can actually put down, like, the user textures, like, you can make, like, silly big ones, like 10 meter by 10 meter ones, that are just ridiculous. I've actually put the texture in here. Placeholder.jpg. Probably not good there. Yeah, but yeah, you could just make those. Good function. Anyway, that's probably going to be the stream. I need to get some sleep before the up. And, well, this is fun. Now I'm going to work on this another time. Now I've got an average idea ready to go. I'll mull it over a bit more. So, there we go. Close down Eden. Alright, for those of you who've been sticking around, thank you for joining in on the stream. I'm gonna go get some sleep.